First Alert Center with meteorologist Lisa Villegas. And of course, we are in a heat wave here in the Carolinas. We've seen the 90s already today.
Yes.
Some people have already been out. Hope that you are hydrating. Have you been out today?
Yes. So earlier today, I did mow the grass, but this was early in the morning.
Lisa,
I wanted to get it done
Lisa.
before we got into the heat. I know, because the only reason I did it today was because I know it's going to get hotter and hotter as we move forward here. So obviously, we're dealing with the heat wave right now, and it feels like the triple digits. At least that's the potential here, especially as we crank up the humidity. On top of that, not rolling out an isolated shower and thunderstorm, and boy, wouldn't that be nice? Because one, that will cool us off, and two, we could really use the rain. We are a little below normal when it comes to rain accumulation for the month of June. I mean, we're talking about over 1.5 inches of below average rain accumulation. Now, this is what we saw today, 94 degrees. Yes, it's hot. This has been the hottest temperature we have seen so far this year. Typically, we should be in those upper 80s, nowhere close to those record-breaking temperatures in the triple digits. In fact, nowhere close to that through the week, but obviously above normal. So this trend continues here. First alert in place because of the heat and the humidity right now. Fairly quiet, just some of those puffy clouds out there across parts of Mecklenburg County and across our viewing area. Not rolling out a stray shower here overnight tomorrow morning, but overall quiet. We are going to get ready for more rain chances though throughout the week. This will be very isolated, but like we talked about, needed. So in the next couple of hours, it's Saturday night. I get it. Temperatures are falling to the 80s right around 8, 9 o'clock. We've got those lower 80s through around midnight. So a warm evening, not hitting those 70s until after midnight. We'll do it again tomorrow. Highs warm right back up. Mid 80s expected for those in the mountains. If you wanted relief, you'll get it, just not in the 70s. But as we head into the foothills, 90s continuing, isolated shower like we talked about, still possible in the mix. And then as we head across the Piedmont area, this is where those in Charlotte, Mecklenburg County, temperatures mid-90s, just like what we saw today. 30% chance of that isolated shower thunderstorm possible. Nothing to cancel those plans over. These thunderstorms or heavy downpours, they will be intense at times, but quickly moving out of our area. We're talking around 20 to 40 minutes. That's as long as it will last here. Over across parts of South Carolina, mid-90s expected, that isolated shower possible, partly cloudy skies. So as we fast forward 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, you can see some of these spotty showers, thunderstorms possible in the forecast like we talked about. Quick heavy downpour, maybe a lightning strike or two, and then it's moving on. We eventually start to clear out a little bit that evening. We're getting ready for an approaching frontal system to push through, which will help us with those rain chances. But we're still dealing with the heat and we're still dealing with the humidity. So we've got moisture in place allowing for that chance of rain, which is helpful. I wish it was a little bit higher, but at least we got a little something. So temperatures mid-90s, not only tomorrow, but pretty much throughout Wednesday. We're going to continue with these isolated showers. We're going to continue with the heat, the humidity, feeling like the triple digits. Then we drop slightly by the end of next week. And that's because, again, we get ready for an approaching cold front. However, temperatures remaining above normal. Speaking of that, when you add in the humidity, this is a look at what it feels like. Those triple digits back in the mix tomorrow, 103 on Monday, kind of toggling here by next week. But overall, upper 90s, triple digits, that's the going heat indices that we are expecting. So overall, above average temperatures are expected across the southeast, including us here across the Carolinas within the next 6 to 10 days. Now, when it comes to rain accumulation, not helpful for us. It looks like we are going to be below normal for those along the coast. And for us, when it comes to this gray area, we have an equal opportunity of seeing above or below rain chances right now. Not seeing a whole lot of anything. So for tomorrow, first alert continuing. 94 degrees are expected for that high temperature. We do have 30% chance of that isolated shower possible. An overall view of what we can expect kind of hour by hour. 12 o'clock, upper 80s, 3, 6 o'clock, temperatures in the lower 90s there, but we will peak right around 4 o'clock at 94 degrees. Want to leave you with a look at your 7-day forecast and give you some time to absorb this here. We've got those mid-90s continuing through Monday. Overnight lows continuing in the 70s. So a warm start, warm and humid. And of course, we're going to continue with these isolated showers possible. And we'll finish out the 7-day forecast with temperatures in the lower 90s. And that is a look at what we can expect.